Alright, here's another episode of Gaming Pickups, and, it's mostly, handheld games, but, yeah, let's get started. And I'll get the pile of games. The first one I got here is the Addams Family for the Game Gear, which, also came with a manual. And the case, these cases, the cases that nobody likes to store their games in. But it didn't come with the box, which is unfortunate. But, anyways, as for the game itself, it's a bit disappointing, to be honest. Like, it's not as good as the Genesis version. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be as good as the Genesis version. And for the record, I really like the Genesis Addams Family. But this one, this one's... well, where do I begin? Well, first of all, I don't think the collision detection is all that good. Well, more the hit detection, not so much the collision detection. It's fine for the most part, but the hit detection, it's just kind of, eh. And also, like, you have a health bar in this version. It's not like, the Genesis and Super Nintendo version, because, in the Genesis and Super Nintendo version, you had 2 hearts as health, which you could upgrade to 4 or 5 hearts later on. But the thing is, with the health bar in this game, it goes down a lot faster. The game isn't also as linear as the Genesis version, because the thing is, you can't actually enter the mansion until you find a key in a gravestone at the far right of the level. And also, you can't go in all the doors like you can in the Genesis version, because the mansion in the Genesis and Super Nintendo versions were kind of like a hub world. And in the same case, it is very much so in the Game Gear version. However, most of the doors are locked, and I can't get very far in this game at all. So it was a bit of a disappointment, yeah. But, it's nice to have another Game Gear game, I guess. The next one I have is not a recent pickup by any means. I've actually had this since the day it came out, but I felt it was worth talking about. Luigi's Mansion Darkmoon. Got this the day it came out, and, I briefly mentioned and talked about it, but I think it's best if I, talk about it some more now. And I haven't beaten it yet. I've only put about 9 hours into it, but damn, it is a really good game. It's actually, I do like it better than, the one on the GameCube. Admittedly, the GameCube version did have a better atmosphere, but this version, I just like it better overall. The mission structure makes the game a bit more linear, and, the story's also nice too. But one thing I don't like with this is that with the missions, there's absolutely no checkpoints in the missions. If you die, you gotta restart the whole thing over, and that's the reason why I haven't beaten this game. I am going to go back to it soon, but right now I'm playing through Mario and Luigi Dream Team for 3DS, and yeah, I'm really liking it. I mean, some people probably weren't too pleasant with this being on the 3DS, but I don't care. I'm glad there was another Luigi's Mansion. So Luigi's Mansion Darkmoon for 3DS, great stuff, really. The next game I got here was a recent pickup, more specifically late October, and that is Animal Crossing New Leaf for the 3DS. Yeah, I'm a bit late because this came out in June, I believe, but I am enjoying it, actually. Still not as much as Animal Crossing for the GameCube, and that was the same case with Animal Crossing City Folk. As for Animal Crossing Wild World for the DS, I don't own it, but I have played it before, and that might be my least favorite one. It might be. Because the thing is about Wild World, I don't like how you have to share, one house. That might be the case for here, but I haven't made any other houses. But, what can be said about Animal Crossing? It's just one of those games that, it's relaxing to play, and, it's enjoyable. And there's not a whole lot of games like, well, there probably are, but, it's a nice game for when I just, want to relax and not have to, worry. It's still not as good as the one on GameCube, but, really enjoying it. Alright, next up I got Sonic Rush Adventure for the DS. Where do I begin with this? I do really like the levels and level design in this game. I think the level design is better than the first Sonic Rush. You know, because the first Sonic Rush for the DS had many dickish moments and dickish level design, but you know, I just think the level design here is better. I also think that Sonic Rush Adventure has the best bosses out of Sonic Rush and Sonic Colors on the DS. But, you know, the whole thing with this is the whole adventure mode where you're, you know, collecting parts to build ships and sailing and stuff. I haven't had too much experience with it, but it's not all that enjoyable for me. The whole adventure thing. I'm not saying it's bad, but, you know, because the thing is, the guy who had the previous save file for this had most of the game completed. I mean most. So I just, you know, went ahead and finished that up. But, you know, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it's great to finally have this. Hopefully, you know, the next Sonic game I'll really want to get is Sonic Lost World for 3DS. What about the Wii U version, you might ask? Well, that's for another time. Alright, we got a PS3 game right here. Yeah, PS3. My PS3 collection is so lackluster. It's actually surprising whenever I, you know, get games for it. Hold on, just 1 second. I'm just gonna get the computer out of sleep mode using the mouse. But it is Uncharted 3: Drake's Deception. Game of the Year edition, whatever. Now the story about how I got this was one time my dad was on Kijiji, right? Because the thing is, he wanted to get a new PS3, like, right there we got the PS3 Slim. Let's zoom in on that. There you go. Because the thing is, you know, apparently our other PS3 wasn't working all that well. I thought it was, you know, working alright. I thought it was still working alright, but hey, it was his decision, and the game came with it is Uncharted 3. Now, the thing is, I've never played an Uncharted game besides this, but from what I've played, I like it. You know, it's not too often that I play action-adventure games, and this is an enjoyable one. The only real action-adventure game I'm really focusing on is Star Fox Adventures Building, and maybe Star Fox Adventures might be considered more of an action RPG, but whatever. But I don't know what to say much about this. I'm enjoying it, you know. I really like the suspense in the beginning, how, you know, the two heroes end up getting shot, but then it leads to a prologue, but then after the prologue, you realize they really didn't get shot, so, you know, that's some nice suspense. I put about nearly an hour to it, you know, so yeah, that's that. Next up we got, this is not a recent purchase, I forgot when I got this, but Lost Planet Extreme Condition. I'm pretty sure I got this back in like late August. I don't freaking know. Yeah, I briefly played it. It was more of my brother's game because he cares more about it, but I don't know what I'm doing really. Haven't gotten very far because again, I don't really play this all that often. Alright, well, last game I got here is again on the 3DS Virtual Console. And it is Mega Man 2. Because like I said in the last episode, I think it was about time I started playing some Mega Man games, and if I really want to get, you know, the whole classic series, I'll go for the Mega Man Anniversary Collection. But for now, I think, you know, why not just get a couple of games on the 3DS. Ugh. Was that the first time I ever yawned in any of these gaming pickup videos? Whatever. But yeah. Mega Man 2. One of the best games of all time, yeah. Is it my favorite Mega Man? I don't know, really, because the thing is, I have played all the classic games, with the exception of Mega Man and Base, Mega Man 10, and some of the spin-offs like Mega Man Soccer, Power Fighters, Battle and Chase, and stuff like that. I've played some of the X games. Well, by some I mean like one, the first one. But as for Mega Man 2 itself, really good stuff. Enjoying it more than Mega Man 5. In fact, I think I should have gone with Mega Man 2 before 5. But, I'm not good at Mega Man at all. I'm actually really bad at Mega Man games. But after my experience with 5, it made 2 an easier game. And 2 is, the game you should probably go first if you want to, play the classic series or Mega Man games in general. So, yeah, that's that. Well, that concludes this episode. If anybody actually cares about this stuff, thank you. So, yeah.